with Ileana from the Orlando Sentinel.
Hi there. Thank you so much for taking questions. I wanted to ask, how important was it for the team to stay poised after that first quarter from your perspective?
It was very important. We knew that Brooklyn obviously could score the ball and they played at a fast pace. But we also knew that it was a long game, that there was a chance they were going to come out hot, and, which they did. And we just had to gather ourselves a little bit, organize ourselves defensively, which I thought we did as the game went on. And once we figured out our defense and we were able to get soft consistently, we were able to get back into the game and then eventually take the lead and build a good lead to finish the game off. So I thought it was a good response from us. We didn't panic. We took our time, and we did a good job also on the offensive end. Playing smart and making sure to take what the defense gives us and make good plays. So it was a very good win for us to start this second part of the season.
Okay, we'll go to Simone Sandry.
Apologies to be a little off topic. I was just wondering, what's your take on Juventus winning the 9th Scudetto and their take on how they are going to approach the Champions League? Again, I'm sorry to my colleagues if I'm off topic.
It's actually a great subject. That question. Well, obviously, it shows our dominance in Italy to win 9 in a row. Obviously, very happy with that. And congrats to the whole team for doing that. And as far as the Champions League, we had to play Lyon. They're a difficult team to play against, but I feel obviously like we will have the advantage, and we should be able to go by them. But it'll be interesting, to see the Champions League. I think the new format's going to be great. Every game's going to be, win or go home going forward. So it's going to be fun to watch for sure. And it'll also give me something to do here. We don't have games.
Okay, Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Vooch, just talk about your team's offense. You guys got into a good rhythm there early and sustained it for most of the game.
Yeah, I think that offensively we're able to really execute the game plan and do what the coach wants us to do. And it just started by us being patient, making sure we make the right reads, we make the right plays, and we did that. I felt like we did that in almost 48 minutes. It's just our defense wasn't ready to go start the game. But obviously when you score, what it scored like 128, it's a great offensive night, and we had a lot of guys score and contribute, but. And we just execute our plays, made the right reads, we're patient with it. And also, actually, a lot of our points came from our defense. I feel like once we were able to get defensive stop consistently, we were able to run a little bit and open up the game. So I think that overall, other than the first 6 minutes, it was a very good game for us.
Aaron Goldstone, Orlando Pinstripe Post.
Vooch, Coach Clifford called timeout after 3 minutes of play. The Nets had 16 points. What did he share with the team during that timeout, and what changed when the starters came back in the second quarter? What kind of defensive adjustments did you guys make?
No adjustment. It was just us, doing a better job at that end. It wasn't, we just weren't, as organized, as locked into that end as we should have been to start a game against a team that can really score. So we're just, that was the only adjustment, just us, getting into the ball more, making sure we're in our coverages, we're in the right positions, and we communicate better. And, we did that. So it was nothing that we had, it wasn't like something major we needed to change. It was just us having to really put a little more effort into that end, which we did.
Okay, let's go back to Ileana Lyman with Orlando Sentinel.
Hey there. I wanted to ask, with the teams kneeling during the anthem, how powerful and unifying was that moment? And then just your thoughts on Jonathan Isaac having the courage to do things a little bit different during the anthem.
I thought that, not only us, but even, last night, the two teams actually the 4 teams doing it last night, and, us today doing it again, just show unity and togetherness, and show that we're all together to fight social injustice. And I think it's a strong message when you have everyone doing it. And so I think also, it was a peaceful way to do it. And I think that hopefully, it sends the right message around the world, and people can see that we're all fighting against social injustice. And as far as Jai, he had his personal reasons for deciding to stand, and so if he wants to share them with you guys, I'll leave it up to him. But of course, we respect his decision, and we know where he stands.
Does anyone have any more questions for Vooch? Okay, let's go back to Aaron Goldstone.
Vooch, you've personally mentioned a couple times already this year that there were games where you thought personally you could be a little bit more efficient on offense. Tonight, 22 points on just 11 attempts. How good does that feel? I know you've had kind of an up and down shooting season to get off on the right track during this restart.
Yeah, it's important. When the team relies on you a lot offensively, you want to be efficient. And I felt like I always was an efficient player offensively. I still am. Just for some reason this year, I was kind of up and down, and maybe partly because of injury as well. I never was able to really get into consistent rhythm. But it feels great to shoot well from the floor. Helps with the confidence, the rhythm, everything. So, but also a lot of my points came in the paint. I was able to get going from a lot of easy ones from my teammates. So, it's nothing that I was ever really worried about. It was just me, having to get a little bit of a rhythm, and also because my team relies on me, I want to be able to deliver.
Okay, we have time for one or two more. Let's go to Simone Sandry again.
Yes, Nikola. Sorry, I'm gonna ask you again about Juventus. What's your feeling of the Ronaldo season? He was able to score once again 30+ goals, but some critics say that he lost a little bit of a step. But it seems to come through in especially in the most important game. How do you see Ronaldo play this year?
I thought he played well. I think that people are used to him, scoring 50 goals in Spain, but the game is different in Spain and Italy. In Italy is not as open. It's more defensive minded. The game is much slower, so he doesn't have as many opportunities as he did in Spain. And so I also think that the team, wasn't playing, new coach, new system. So it took some time for everyone to kind of get adjusted. And so we weren't just scoring as much as we did before. So, but I thought that he had a good season right before the break because of the pandemic. He had like 10, 11 games in a row where he scored. So he was feeling great, and we know that in all the big moments he's gonna come in and show up. So I thought he had a good season. I mean, he's still Ronaldo, and he still attracts so much attention that it opens up a lot for other people as well on the field.
Thank you.
Okay, and the last question will go back to Ileana with the Orlando Sentinel.
Hey there. So you guys have talked about being a playoff team, and I'm just curious how much today's performance, particularly your response to that fourth quarter challenge, really reaffirmed that from your perspective.
I think it's only the first game, so we want to build as we go on until we get to the playoffs, and when we use these games to prepare for that. But it was for sure a good response from us to once you start off a little bit slower to find a way. There's a lot of games. Some games you start off better, some games you start off worse, but you have to figure it out. And I thought that we did that tonight, and we were able to do that quickly as well. So that was very important before to build an even bigger lead. So it's important for us, especially us being a younger team. Sometimes in those situations you can learn a lot from, and so tonight was a good example of that for us.
Okay, thanks.